Moving on, there are over 1.5 million diagnosed paranoid schizophrenics living in America today. Should our healthcare system be doing more to make sure they are safe to themselves and others by watching over them 24 hours a day?
Yes, we need to monitor these people to make sure they're safe. Hide cameras everywhere they go, in the streets, in their homes, in the eyes of people at the convenience stores where they shop.
Cameras aren't really enough,
I read
though.
it in a medical journal recently that a number of doctors have already begun to place microscopic tracking devices under the skin of schizophrenics, which is a great way to make sure that they don't get lost.
Yeah, and this article said here recently that most of them have had no problem with that, and it's a very non-invasive procedure and has proven to work very well
Painless.
so far.
Yeah, schizophrenics often respond well to pleasant memories from their past. And one technique which might give them a little bit of relief is if we have their caregivers' faces surgically reconstructed so they look like the schizophrenic's dead relatives.
Now, some say that we should offer verbal encouragement by implanting speakers in their ears which would whisper kind words to them 24 hours a day.
Couldn't agree more. I think what would be great would be a recorded voice on a loop saying, everyone around you wants to get you, in reference to help.
Of course, we can't have just one voice. We need to have more than one voice because then they know it's a team effort.
That's right. They feel supported by the community, and that's what we really should be going for.
But we have to do more than just calm them. You know, we have to give them practical advice, too. If I tell them which bus drivers hate them, which manholes are covering up underground government prisons, which statues don't love them anymore, you know, that sort of thing.
This kind of technology would be expensive. Some people have said to slip it into their minds subconsciously, perhaps through coded anagrams that, let's say, we would hide or encrypt into books.
Definitely. They'll think that they're just reading, standard literature, but actually it will be encoded instructions from people who want to help them.
In newspapers or inside the tattoos of people on the street.
Just the ingredients on a box of cereal, anything that they might read.
And this is an area where I think that we could really get some help from the government. We could be using this stealth planes and helicopters to be tracking the paranoid schizophrenics as they're going through their daily lives.
We already have the ability to make everything that's the color red signal data and images back to the government's underground bunkers, and we should be using this technology to help these people.
If California says it's illegal to be an undercover journalist, break your state laws and become a fucking criminal. In fact, in Europe, if they're going to fucking say that it's illegal for you to rise up against your fucking government and call out racism and fucking... There comes a point in life, as much as I talk about against Antifa and rioting against the police, there comes a point when you have to defy your government and say, fuck you. So I hope Nick Shirley continues to say fuck you and sneaks into California, and I hope he breaks state law. It's not federal, but I hope he breaks state law, and I hope he becomes the outlaw that we all need him to be.
Well, the thing is, if it gets passed and he gets prosecuted, all he's got to do is go to the Supreme Court.
Yep.
No, this isn't going to happen.
Depending on when they drag it out. Now, if they pushed out some sort of arrest to the end of the Trump administration and we had a Democratic politician come in, he ain't getting out. At that point.
Well,
they're criminalizing the truth.
At a certain point, maybe we should start like breaking people out of prison.
Yeah. And that's the reality of what civil war in this country is going to be. And we're going to have a civil war. We're going to have a national divorce. We're going to have race war. We're going to have everything under the fucking sun. And like I said, at this point, I'm sorry, but like if, say, the cops were to knock on my door tomorrow and they were to say, hey, that video you made about Bonnie Boy, or the Defend Our Children video, that was really violent. We need you to take that down. That's considered a threat to another man's life. I'm going to look them square in the eyes, say, no, thank you, officer. I'm going to continue to do what I'm going to do. And I think that if this country is going to make the truth illegal, the best thing you can do right now is be a criminal. The best thing you can do is be an outcast and to say, no, I'm going to get the truth. I'm going to talk to whoever I want. I'm going to expose whatever dirt I want because I'm a goddamn fucking American, and you can suck my red, white, and blue fucking cock. That's what we're getting. And it's just sad to see that so much of it's like with Red Dawn, I never understood how the politicians could sell out so quick to an invading force. And I realized now that's because it was all a movie. Long term, if you look at it, Gavin Newsom, Tina Kotek, all these West Coast politicians, They sold out to the Chinese. They sold out to foreign governments a long time ago. It's just not as quick burning. But these people, they should be tried.
So did Gretchen Whitmer.
Mm-hmm.
She had a deal with the Chinese government to build a battery factory here in Michigan. Yep. Oh, and by the way, they were going to use, their own police force to protect the place.
Yep. And then what did that bitch do? She got in bed with the feds, and then they try to manipulate y'all's people into setting up a fake fucking kidnapping scandal.
Oh, yeah. Four guys. And the rest there's four actual people, and the rest were all, 4 out of 16 were actual people. The rest were all either informants, former FBI, or actual FBI agents.
At that point, bitch, you deserve to get kidnapped. Just kidding.
At that point, what's the point of having the FBI?
It's
really.
And I like to try and hold faith that these systems can maintain some order, and I like to hope that the FBI can do some good. But when it's this over and over and over again, how are the American people not supposed to think you're any different than the KGB? This is KGB type shit.
Well, they aren't any different from the KGB.
Huh.
Neither is Homeland Security. Neither is ATF. Neither is any other alphabet agency.
Just waiting for Jesus to come back and shove a boot up their fucking ass. But no, it's ridiculous. Especially you see groups like the SPLC and how they just got caught literally funding leaders of the Ku Klux Klan.
Do you think that they're the only ones doing it?
Oh no. No, absolutely not. And it's like I told you.
I'm sure the NAACP did. I'm sure the ADL did. I'm sure any other NGO did. They just got caught. That's all.
Huh. And it's like I told you before. I have 8,000 subscribers. My videos maybe get 70 to 200 views now. It's not that big. I've had men and women come out of the blue offering me money, offering to set me up, offering me, a way to raise my voice, or we can get you funding and we can do this. And I've had to stop a lot of that in its tracks just to be like, I don't trust you. But also, if I'm a guy sitting here with barely 8,000 subscribers and you're trying to use your money to influence me, and I'm fucking nobody.
Yeah, it's like,
what the fuck are you trying to do to these people?
Well, my question would be like, well, who are we? We can get you funding. Like, who's we? I want to know names. If they ever approach me, I still have to do my channel. I might do that tomorrow. Do the script reading. It's not going to be very, very exciting. It's just basically describing what I'm trying to get across. But yeah, it's like, imagine. I could imagine me getting an approach like, well, who's we? I want names.
I think the thing with me is, I think there was a commenter who put it recently, and he was kind of shit talking, but he had a point. He's like, I think you're suffering from narrative whiplash. And I read that, and I'm like, bet your ass I'm suffering from fucking narrative whiplash. But I think that there's people in groups that have watched and observed the channel, and they see me as young and malleable, and he's with Antifa, now he's talking to these people, and he doesn't seem to have any allegiance. He seems to be lost. He's struggling with his faith. He's struggling with his sexuality. This is a guy that's prime for grabbing, right? I'm not fucking ignorant. I can sense that in people. And there's just been some people that have come up. There's one guy, and he was nice enough. Maybe he meant all the best intentions, but I had to stop emailing him because he was talking about being a part of the secret fraternity order. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you guys about? And I'm already getting like this kind of, you guys are with the Freemasons. The Freemasons have approached me multiple times throughout my life. Like, you sound very Freemasony. He's like, oh, we're not a Freemason. The Freemasons, we're just a fraternity of men and women who we have all these different businesses, and some of us are tied in government and some of us aren't, and we have all these different projects, and we get involved with local charities, and we have a lot of say in our local communities. And you don't have to believe in God to be a part of it. You just have to believe in some sort of like ultra deity. Even if you want to believe in this flying spaghetti monster, you know, that's okay, so long as you believe there's a higher form than you. And the more you get talking, I'm like, so you're a Freemason offshoot. Like, again, nice little guy. He was never a dick to me. If he's watching this, hey man, I'm sorry. I have my barriers up for a reason.
Right.
But I've had moments like that where it's just like, if you're willing to manipulate me and throw money at me, what else are these people willing to do?
Right. Well, you have 8,000 subscribers, you said?
Yeah. Most of those
Okay.
admittedly being from JD Delay. He gave me a big shout out, and I think I got like over half of them from him.
Okay. You got like 8,000. It's not a huge channel. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge channel. So, what kind of influence do they think that you have?
Well, I think it's two things. I think I'm one of the first in Antifa who's willing to speak out to this degree.
Yeah.
And there's so few. And I can also say that most of this did not happen until the Larry shit happened. Until we started saying things about the Freemasons and the aliens and the this and the that. Then shit got weird. I think that the uninvited guest opened a door. And there's a master Mason who I actually work with who Brother Ryan kind of encouraged me to kind of get past some of my fears with the Masons. So I started talking to him about it. And I opened up to him about the Larry situation, what's happening on the channel. He may come on and talk. I don't know if he will, but he just looked me dead in my eyes when I explained my situation. He's like, they're following you. They are tracking you. And he said, there are good Masons and there are bad Masons. And it seems like you pissed off the bad ones.
Right.
And that scares me. Dude, that scares the living fuck out of me. But it's the reality of things. So again, if I'm just a small time YouTuber, we're talking about all these people being corrupt and everyone's of this and everyone's of that. There's a level of conspiratorial thinking where it gets to be a little too extreme. Not everybody can be on everything all the time, but people in the media, YouTube, all these things, they're assets. Assets can be bought and manipulated.
Yep.
It's fucking weird. It's like I said, it's one of the reasons I want to back off and just write a book and go back and write. I don't want to get killed by the Masons. I don't want to get killed by the cartels. I'll call them out. But like,
what'd you do to the cartels?
How far are we into this? I am gonna have to cut this part out. In fact.
I know I heard. Never advocate for drugs, but they always work for her. Patterns that I recognize get harder to ignore. There is government plates on that van parked right outside my door. I think someone is out to get me, and I know they're dangerous. They bug my clothes and trace my phone and lace my angel dust. Someone is out to get me, and I know not what they see. Someone is out to get me, like a villain of the week. So I gotta run, but they always seem to know exactly what I'm thinking of. So I'm sleeping in my car, I'm drinking in motels, I'm peeking through the blinds, I don't think they know the smell. Outside on the streets, SUVs gather round. Oh my God, I can see them, please don't fail me now. I seen it on the video, so I know that they're coming.